Here's a story that's been going under the radar of the mainstream media for reasons that should be fairly obvious. A 14-year-old girl who had been reported missing 3 weeks ago has been found. And she has been found inside of a military barracks at Camp Pendleton. You know, that's a little bit suspicious. And she's been missing in the San Diego area, the Spring Valley area. Now, she had gone missing on the 9th of June, but she hadn't been actually reported as missing until June 13th because the teenager does have a history of running away, because she does seem to have some history of learning disabilities, and according to some reports, some kind of developmental disorder. And that may play a factor into why she ran away. You know, she is a teenager, and this is a thing that teenagers do. Now, a woman who claims to be her aunt, Cassandra Perez, made a TikTok video where she talks about what she thinks happened during the time that she was away and as an underage girl inside of a U.S. military base. Now, she claims that the girl was raped and most likely was prostituted out to several members of the U.S. military. This is that video.
I would just like to preface this video. I did not kill myself. If I go missing or end up murdered, the people potentially responsible could possibly be located here at Camp Pendleton. Hello, my name is Cassandra Perez. Please share this video with anybody and everybody. This is a warning to the public. To not jeopardize the ongoing investigation, I will not be releasing the name of the victim. However, I will be releasing details to the public to help prevent harm and hopefully find others willing to share their story. My niece is under the age of 18 and has learning disabilities. On June 10th, she went missing, and on June 27th, she was found on Camp Pendleton. Camp Pendleton is a military base in Oceanside, San Diego. She was found in the barracks by military police. She had been sold to a soldier for sex. The military is trying to cover it up. They are trying to cover it up and place majority of the blame on her. However, the reality is the whole facility allowed this to happen. The security looked her in the face and allowed this man to bring a minor onto base, where he then proceeded to have sex with her. Due to her age, she could not have given this consent. We've just had an interview with someone referred to us by the military. In this meeting, we were told by the affiliated personnel that the military detective assigned to the case is trying to cover this up. As you can imagine, this is upsetting and absolutely unacceptable. I have the lead detective's name and phone number and will be releasing it to the public pending confirmation from our attorney. Our hope in doing so is to both bring attention to my niece's case and to ensure that this does not go away upon release of more details. We hope you would join us in calling and demanding both release of details as well as the pursuit of justice. Our family is worried about retaliation from the military and the man that has trafficked my niece. We believe they could be working together and covering this up, and that the military is only trying to protect their property. Some of my family is scared, but I'm not. I'm aware that the military and the sex traffickers know where we live, and that's okay. That's all right. I'll be waiting for you when you get here, because if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out.
Now, when she was discovered, she was obviously apprehended by authorities, and she was questioned very heavily as to what she was doing on a military base. And probably one of the major questions is, how did an underage girl get onto a U.S. military base unaccompanied by one of her parents? Yeah, that's something you might want to ask the security personnel about, and that might lead to probably even more investigations. Well, the NCIS is currently investigating the situation, as well as Camp Pendleton is a Marine base. It's the Marines. And the San Diego Sheriff's Department is also, and the San Diego Trafficking Task Force is also investigating, because this is an underage individual, and the Marine that she was found with did admit to having sexual relations with her. And because the accusation of prostituting her out and transferring her from civilian property to military property, that can, in some cases, count as sex trafficking. So now you have all these agencies investigating. And here's what at least the police have to say. One Marine has been arrested in connection with her discovery. Captain Chuck Palmer of the police told NBC, "We can confirm that a Marine with the Combat Logistics Battalion 5 1st Marine Logistics Group was taken into custody for questioning by NCIS on June 28, 2023, as seen on social media July 2nd, 2023. The incident is under investigation. We will continue to cooperate with NCIS and appropriate authorities." Now, it should be noted that the Marine in question is a single junior Marine, and that a single junior Marine, they are generally assigned to barracks where they share a room with at least one other Marine. And these rooms generally have 2 single beds, a small refrigerator, an eating area, a secretary desk, closet, wall lockers, etc. And then there's a common room that a lot of them share. So the other guy in the room, whoever he was, would know that she was there. Now, he may not have known what was going on. He would maybe not have known that she was underage, but he would have known that there was a civilian on the base, and that this kind of stuff was actually going on. Now, there has been a new development, which is very interesting. According to military.com, who has someone who claims anonymously that they have seen documents regarding this incident, says that the 14-year-old had been missing for weeks and then had met this Marine on Tinder under a fake name and pretending to be 22 years old. And then, of course, they got together. They had the sexual relations, which the Marine did admit to having with the girl. And that kind of adds an entirely new dimension to this entire situation, if this is indeed true. Military.com, I don't know how credible they are. I don't know how credible this alleged source is, so that's something that is yet to be determined. But they say that the girl in question had only been there about 24 hours, which is still a strangely long time for a civilian to be on a U.S. military base, and particularly an underage one. But regardless of that particular aspect in this situation, there was still a civilian there an awfully long time. And if security knew that she was there, they should have been asking questions, and they should have been asking her for legitimate ID that would have identified her. If they didn't know that she was there, then they kind of really weren't doing their job. In either case, what we do have here is an underage girl who was taken onto a U.S. military base who has developmental difficulties and was having sexual relations with at least one U.S. military personnel. And according to this person who sources have yet to confirm is her aunt, says that she was prostituted out to multiple members of the U.S. military. And that is something that we do know goes on in the U.S. military. Women have a very, very tremendously bad track record of treatment by the U.S. Army. Now, think about this. If this is how bad they will treat another American woman, how bad are they treating the women of the countries that they occupy? Literally, the first page of a Google search will tell you the history that a lot of the armies of imperialist country, well, even just armies in general, have of treating the women of the countries that they occupy, and the United States military being one of the worst of all. But what's most troubling about this is how very quietly it is passing right under the radar of the mainstream media. Because once again, whether conservative or liberal, when it comes to defending the U.S. empire, it's not going to matter which side they're on. Because in the end, they both have a very clear desire and interest to cover up the crimes of U.S. imperialism. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.